This is a awful case that I've studied about a long time, and this is in my neck of the woods. This is the Chipman Street murders. This happened in Knoxville, Tennessee. Channon Gail Christensen, born April 29, 1985, in Nacogdoches, Texas, and she moved with her family from Louisiana to Tennessee in 97. She was just 21 years old when her life was took. Hugh Christopher Newsom, born September 21st, 1983 in Knoxville. Newsom was 23 years old when he was murdered. Now, here's what happened. On the evening of January 9, 2007, Channon Christensen and Chris Newsom was planning on going to a friend's house for a party outside, I think it's Chris's apartment complex. Well, why Channon had a 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner. She was sitting in the driver's side. Chris comes out of the apartment complex, goes around to the driver's side to give her a kiss. When he does, two armed men run up with a gun and throw him in the 4Runner and take off. They gag him and put shirts and hoodies around their head. They proceeded to take them to 2316 Chipman Street in Knoxville. These perpetrators were George Thomas, born January 23rd. Yep, January 23rd, 1983. Latavis Cobbins, December 20th, 1982. Lamarcus Davidson, born June 13th, 1981, and Vanessa Coleman, June 29th, 1988. And Eric Boyd was in on it too, but that's a whole nother thing. Well, they get him back to Chipman Street. What happens is Chris is forced with a shirt. Oh, he's gagged too, by the way, with a sock in his mouth by George Thomas and David's Lamarcus Davidson out of the house. Now, while they're gone, Vanessa Coleman and Latavis Cobbins is in the house. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But first, I'll expound on what happened to Mr. Newsom. He was took to the railroad tracks. He didn't have no clothes on from the waist down. He had his head wrapped in like a hoodie or a sweater. His hands bound behind his back. He was shot 3 times. Once in the right side of the head, once in the shoulder, or once in the right side of the neck, and he was alive the whole time. And then finally, the killing blow was one in the, I think it was the back of the head, it was one in, I think he got shot again in the back or in the back of the head. I am not positive about that, but that finally killed him. That wasn't good enough for these men. So they decided to douse either diesel or gas on him and burn him. We didn't burn all the way, he just burned some of him. But when the medical examiner got him, come to find out he'd been sodomized and raped by an individual. Now the horror's just beginning because Channon is back at that house. Now, I'm going to tell you what, and guys, this is graphic. I'm going to tell you what happens while she is at that house before they even get back. Latavis Cobbins said that he didn't do nothing with the girl and all this and that. She was wanting a cigarette. Well, they had found DNA of Cobbins on her shirt. Semen DNA. What had happened was, because he confessed to it, you can watch it on YouTube. I don't suggest you to, but his confession is he basically made her do fellatio on him for a cigarette. And that's where that come from. Well, Davis and Thomas gets back. When they do, for 23 hours or 27 hours, they continually gang rape this girl. They do stuff to her so hard that, well, I'll just put it to you this way, that her gum was literally, was ripped. Her lip here was ripped from her gum with such force of doing nasty stuff. Her genital area was awful. It not only had it been beat, but it looked like somebody had beat it with a blunt object and everything. So the following morning, on I think it was it January the 8th, I believe, or it may have been January the 7th. I'm not for sure on that. Finally, Davidson, the head honcho, comes out, and her head is wrapped up with like a hoodie or whatever. She is naked from the waist down. He attempts to rear naked choke her to death. It didn't work. She wasn't quite dead yet. But in a brilliant idea, these men, parasites, found out they had DNA in and on her. So they, while she was alive, poured a whole bottle of Clorox down her throat and all over her body. Then they proceeded to stick her in 5 large trash bags. And then little shopping bags over her head and put her in a big, trash can, one of them, sort of like a trash man pickup. The young lady was still alive. Raped, beaten, Clorox poured down her throat. She suffocated to death, slowly. She died with her eyes open. She was found the following day. They finally got Vanessa Coleman, Lamarcus Davidson, Latavis Cobbins, and George Thomas arrested. Well, Cobbins is, I think, half-brother to Davison. He turned and became state witness, so he got life without parole. Thomas got life without parole. Davison got death. Vanessa Coleman got 56 years, but she wound up passing away here not too long ago. Guys, this was unreal. Unbelievable. Well, that's my tale for today. You take care. God bless.